Mr. Harrigan's Phone, directed by John Lee Hancock, who's known for films like The Rookie, The Blind Side, The Founder, The Little Things, and a couple of others, but I'm pretty sure that this makes his first horror feature. So the film follows Craig, a young boy who befriends an elderly billionaire named John Harrigan. Craig eventually develops a close friendship with him, and he decides that he's going to get him an iPhone as a gift, and he shows him how to use it. But after he dies and is later buried with his iPhone, Craig discovers that he's able to communicate with him from the grave. So I actually haven't read the short story yet from Stephen King that this adaptation is based off of, so I can't really accurately compare the two, but I can say that this film didn't really live up to my expectations. But I can also say that it actually wasn't bad either. To be completely honest, it just felt like it took a little too long with the build up to get to the section of the film that we are all basically waiting to see. Which you could say that this is a bit cruel, but I mean, we're all waiting to see this old man die so we can see the type of creepy shit that's going to happen once Craig tries to communicate with him later on. Now, yes, there are necessary story points that have to be hit first before we can reach that point, but if you're like me, then you're gonna reach that level of eagerness where you're just ready for things to finally pick up and get moving. And even once the film finally reaches that peak where things seem to be picking up and getting creepier, it just kind of suddenly fizzles out. And I found myself just waiting for the film to take a step further and increase the horror and increase the thrills, because it felt like things could have seriously gone down that road and they could have committed a lot more to the horror, but they just never did. You know, it stays in the safe zone, and the movie mostly just felt like a horror tease to me rather than an actual horror movie, if I'm just being completely honest. Now, I can say that the performances were actually pretty good, especially Jaden Martell, who has the whole quiet, misunderstood teenager vibe completely down packed. He was really good in the It remake. He was also good in Defending Jacob, which unfortunately got canceled, but pretty solid performances here, especially alongside Donald Sutherland as well, who plays John Kerrigan. So yeah, I enjoyed the performances for the most part. No real complaints there, at least. But I'm giving Mr. Harrigan's Phone a 7 out of 10. So like I've already said, I haven't read Stephen King's short story before, so I don't really know how accurate the film is. But to me, with a concept as creepy as this one, the horror aspect just should have been way stronger, honestly. But if anything, to me, this just goes to show you that not everyone needs to try their hand at horror. But also, before I let you guys go, if you would like to see a somewhat similar concept to this one, but a more better version of this movie, then you should probably go check out that old Twilight Zone episode called Night Call. It's actually worth a watch. But Mr. Harrigan's Phone will be available on Netflix this Friday if you guys are interested, and I do think it is worth a watch, so feel free to go check it out. But there you guys have it, and if you enjoyed the content, you know exactly what to do. Thank you for watching.